So we're back in Torneding in Bavaria this morning, making our way down to Oberaudorf for our hike up to the Brünnsteinhaus and then to the peak. Weather looks phenomenal. Haven't checked the forecast yet, but yesterday was cloudy, so I'm expecting that a bit later. But right now I'm just enjoying the sun whilst it's out. In terms of the hike, it's likely between 4 and 5 hours, but different sources are telling me different lengths. So I'm prepared for it to be slightly longer, but I don't expect to be out all day, which is nice. We get there early, we do the summers, we come down, and we enjoy the rest of the Sunday. That's the plan.
Groß-Karolinenfeld. Ausstieg.
All right, 4 hours it is. We can bring those numbers down. That's been the first 20 minutes, trying to cover as much ground as possible. So I had the sticks, and I was charging up. I think the signs are quite pessimistic. What do I mean by that? I mean, it shows 4 hours, but if you're quite quick, you can really cut that time down. Especially if you get sweaty, like me. I probably look very gross, but weather's nice. Thanks. Fly. Let's look over there. So that's if you do some hiking around Kufstein, you get to see those mountains like I did maybe a month ago. Real nice. This is a bit more pre-Alps, some kind of Bavarian hills. More or less, this path is where you could go sledging in the winter. So you see these barriers. It's to stop people from sliding down and falling down the mountain. Like here, you could see them all the way along this track. I was actually here in the winter a few times with Alex, as well as my friends here in Bavaria. You can see we've cut that down by 45 minutes in about 20. I think we're making some good pace. Just look at that. Oh. Mountain tops. I apologise for the breathing. I was really trying to make some time, but look, it's paid off. Brünnsteinhaus, 3 hours. Let's get it. Some shade. Yes, please. So, what's new with me? Well, I've just got back from Sweden. I was spending a few weeks there with Alex. Now I'm back in Munich. Well, Munich. I live just outside of Munich, in a small town. And what I really like about the surrounding area is that you can take the train and just get into the mountains. So good for a Saturday, Sunday activity, do some training, see some views, maybe have a beer on the top or a schorle. And that's what I'm doing today. We are cruising. I don't think the focus is very good. Brünnsteinhaus, 2 hours and 3/4. And we have only been on the road for half an hour. And we've taken that down by 1 hour 15. Fantastic. Oh, wait, which way am I going? Left. Cool. What a place to have your house. Some of these Bavarians really have lucked out on these spots. Take your pick. Brünnstein is ours. Hello, sir. What are you doing? So I think, now I could be wrong, that white speck up there, I don't think you can really see it on top of the mountain. That is the chapel. That is the end destination of today. Small stop. I was feeling like I was getting a blister. Normally I will be getting a blister and I will just be like, can't be bothered, I'm gonna keep walking. But that always ends up really badly. So I saw a bench, I started to get a bit of foot rubbing, and I just added a blister to my foot. A blister plaster to my foot. 2 minutes and we'll get going. There's a lot of downhill. I'm not exactly appreciating this. No signposts for a while. Am I lost? Oh, wait, hold up. Speak of the devil. Okay, that's where I've just been. Oberaudorf. Let's see what's around the corner. That does not look super fun. So we've been on the road for about just over an hour. And at the beginning, it said 4 hours to Brünnsteinhaus. And now, I've just passed a sign that says 2 hours, 15 minutes to Brünnstein itself. The only thing is, it's labeled as a black route. Typically that means it's quite technical, or it involves some sort of equipment for, like Ferrata, with the metal sticking into the rocks with the ropes and the ladders. But I read online that it is quite an easy thing and you don't need equipment. So we've gone this route. I'm hoping that my research was correct. But if not, it's not a big deal. I could always head back and stay safe. I have food and enough water and everything with me, so it's not very critical. What is critical, if I try and do something stupid, which I will not be doing. Just past some Jungs. 1.5 hours left. But now it's a blue run, blue path. I don't know where the Ferrata's gone. Maybe it'll surprise me. Now, sometimes you'll be in a position where you see this and this, and you're like, well, there's no signs, there's no signal to check the map. What can I do? Well, if you look carefully, not always super obvious, maybe you get these nice flags. One on the rock and one on the tree. Best bet, follow those. Right, we're starting a bit of a climbing section. So, I'm gonna have some coffee and some cake. Haven't taken many rests so far, and I'm pretty tired. But after 10 minutes rest, should be fine. I have something truly diabolical for a snack. I was in the Edeka, and I took one look at this and thought, calories. Coffee, calories. You can call me Kugelhupf. So I've had 2 cups of coffee, half of that cake, 500 calories, and some caffeine, and a small rest, so I feel a bit more energized. That's promising. Not that way. We are making some elevation gains, but it's tough. It's not light. One final rest. I think I'm so close. I think. But it is peaceful. So we still got this summit. Just took a quick breather at the hut. And now I need to decide which way to go. And I'm taking this path up. It says it's not a Klettersteig, so I don't need equipment. But we'll make our own judgment. Right. No more poles. Okay, the first part is chill. Next part, a rope and a ladder. Nice views. Some more ladders. Just been through that cave. Glorious shade. Halfway up break. Don't tell my mum. Not sure how much there is to go. Maybe less than halfway. But it's really hot, so some shade and some rest. Only one final bit to go, I think. I think down is that direction. Beautiful. So we started there, that little town. Stunning. And thanks to the chapel, I've got some shade. I can finally have some lunch. The mountain staple, the beans. So technically there's one more peak. Oh, but the shade is very nice. It's right down there. It's the way back. And that's the view from the other side. My rucksack. Right. It's a bit of a scramble down. I'm much more of a downhill hiker than up. But it's nice because you can do, well, there's two ways to get up and two ways to go down. So you do a nice little loop. Isn't that fun? What a nice view on the way down. The forest.
Ich habe am Berg nicht so viel getrunken, weil ich immer Angst habe, dass uns das vielleicht doch ausgeht. Weil ich nicht.
3 hours. So it's 3 hours now back down to Oberaudorf. But it'll be a bit less strenuous because, first of all, I've eaten something and it's downhill, which I much prefer. It's actually wild how much your mentality shifts after you have something. I mean, I didn't eat much breakfast. When I say I didn't eat much, I didn't eat any breakfast. But then as soon as I had my salty beans on the top, I felt so much better. Made about an hour progress. Remember that coming up? I mean, you don't do this hike for this part, that's for sure. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a lot of up with not so much to see. But at the top, that was really nice. I haven't done, let's say, such a extended Klettersteig without it needing equipment or without it actually being called a Klettersteig. So that was really fun. And the views are really great. Whoa. Hopefully about 2 more hours left. Oberaudorf, 1 hour, 3/4. downhill for a bit, and then if I recall, we got a bit of uphill, which is nice. I know I said I like downhill, but ideally a bit of both. Gives the knees a rest. What? Okay. Oberaudorf was definitely an hour and 3/4, about half an hour ago, but okay. So this is nice, being back in Munich, or let's say Bavaria. I always just resort to saying Munich. Get some hikes in, because in a few weeks I'll be going to Sweden again with Alex, and we'll go and do a 16-day camping trip around mostly Norway actually, but we're going to drive off from Uppsala. We did this 2 years ago, it was so nice, but now we're going to do the south of Norway. So obviously I've got to get trained for such an adventure, hence today. Got to get those knees in the game. Hello, Mr. Bench. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Prost. It's time to go, but I'm so... Hello? I'm so comfy right now. Peaceful. Who is writing these sign estimations? It's 10 to 3. 1 hour and 3/4, says the sign. Says the sign for the last hour, 45 minutes. Walking onto that, not bad. Not bad. 1 hour and 1/4. So that last 20 minutes, it's half an hour. I just checked the phone time. That actually was only sort of 13 minutes and we conquered half an hour. So sometimes the signs are a bit, let's say, unreliable. I've entered the civilization part of the trail. Oh, terrible. 1 hour 3/4. What a joke. I was really locked in for that last bit. It's downhill, constant gradient, just poles, jogging. Really cut that time down now. Oh, I think it's time to get on the train. Just missed the chiming of the tower. Some of these buildings there in these villages are pretty extravagant. So that's it. Done. I'm at the train station now, waiting for my train to go back to Torneding. All in all, really nice. I think it took me 6 hours 45, but I did run down the last part, and I was quite quick going up the beginning of the day. But I did slow down a bit in I'd say the ascent. So I'd give yourself around 6, 7, 8 hours if you wanted to try this out yourself. The top is really cool. The beginning and the middle, it's okay, but the top is very fun. Definitely worth the effort to get onto the summit. So yeah, that wraps it up. Had a really good day. Have a good one.